Okay, we need to come on. Let's just stop. Bam.
Bam. Bam.
Reflections. Light.
On fleek.
On fleek.
Baby hair.
Okay.
On fleek.
Okay, we gonna. I like some old people. Okay. Turn the music down. I'm not gonna put. Okay, guys. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Welcome back to my channel. This is the Golden Goddess Universal Rescratched podcast. So it's gonna be the Golden Goddess Universal Vlog. So this week we have a guest. This is my friend. Please introduce yourself.
Hey, guys. I'm Destiny. I'm Shanti's friend, like she said. What's up? What's poppin'?
Just pray for us to get through this. It is 1 o'clock in the morning, almost. However, let's start with a little short interview. So Destiny, tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Virginia. This little town called Cambridge, Virginia. That's where I lived at. But I moved to Centerville, Virginia. So I lived there for like 10 years, 15 years, I think. Yeah. It's in the DMV.
She kind of up there in age. But she's single. That's a good thing.
Yeah. I'm 27 for people that want to know. I'm 27. I don't look like it, but I am.
Okay, so what school do you go to?
I go to Florida International University.
What's your major?
My major is interdisciplinary studies.
And since I'm not no hater, I heard you had a business that working on.
Oh, I am working on a business. It's called Pure Romance by Destiny Blackwell. If you want to, find out more about my business, you can hit me up on Facebook. Just look up my name, Destiny Blackwell, and then DM me, and I will tell you more about my business. Add you to like my VIP page. Basically, the business is basically for women only. So if you're a man, it's not for you. It's for women. It's to empower, entertain, and educate women, and we basically sell bath and beauty and bedroom products. So hit me up on Facebook.
Yes, we'll drop all her social medias down below.
Yes, down below.
We'll make sure that we do that, and I will have a Pure Romance party soon. So ladies, I will let you guys know. Stay tuned.
It's fun. I promise you. The parties are fun. They're real fun.
Okay. And since we have a guest, Destiny, we're gonna talk about online dating. Wink, wink. So I don't know if you guys ever did online dating, but I have. I'm guilty.
I have too.
So
guilty.
we're gonna talk about it.
Well, it's not guilty because I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad about it.
Me either, but I feel like some people talk about online dating.
Like it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a very bad thing.
They're so scared. What y'all scared for? You scared?
When technically it is the new age dating. Because let's be honest. When you're in your 20s and you're going to school and you're working, when do you actually have time to go out and meet somebody?
I don't have no time.
I don't have time.
I don't have time.
And the people that are doing when I go out, I'm not talking
Cut off.
Because I met you at a party, like at a club.
If I meet you at a party or a club, 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna be husband material.
You're
not saying they don't got a few in there. I'm just saying.
But you're definitely ranked in the booty call section at that point. Like you're not even ranked to be. Not saying that that's gonna be a booty call of mine, but I'm just saying that like you're definitely ranked in the booty call section. Like you're not ranked in the relationship because I'm pretty sure like you weren't going out. I mean, I might be wrong, but you weren't going out to try to find, a girlfriend. You're more than likely trying to find somebody that you're going to take on with you to get it in with because you're drunk and you just want to get your rocks off.
And most people that want to settle down, they don't go to the club. That's why I try not to go that much. But spring break, I'm everywhere. spring 2015.
We ain't even made it to Christmas yet, and you already
yes,
talking
the spring
about
break means I'm gonna be almost close to graduation. Okay, I'm
ridiculous.
Sorry. I'm back.
Bring it back. I'm glad you brought it back. Bring it back. But the topic of online dating. So there are. I don't know if a lot of people know. For the people that don't do online dating, there are plenty of apps. And websites that you can do free online dating. So you don't have to do Match.com. It's called Match.com, right? Yeah, Match.com or what's another one that you have to pay for?
I don't know. Christians Mingle.
Yeah, Christians Mingle. You gotta pay for that too. Like, and so you don't. There's other sites that you don't have to pay for. So there's.
Which ones do you have? Tinder?
No, I don't have Tinder anymore. And
Me either. I used to have Tinder.
We're gonna go into the reasons of why we don't have Tinder in a certain app. So there's Tinder, there's Badoo, there's POF.
Badoo. She's way ahead of me.
I haven't been on Badoo, but I know about it. What other? I can't think of. Those are like the top. I think it's called Zoom.
Oh, remember I tried to get my mom to make a POF?
You did try to get your mom to make a POF.
That's still like, we gotta get that done.
We do.
Listen, if I have any older guys on here, my mom is.
This is not the time to be
Boy,
advocating.
don't tell nobody. Boy, don't tell nobody. And she look like my sister. I'll drop a picture of her right here. Boom. Later on, she's fine. Okay, she look like my sister. Okay. And she's looking. I need a stepdaddy. Somebody help us. Senior uncle. Somebody. Back to,
But yeah, so those are like some of the top apps for dating. So I have, like I said, I've been on Tinder. Tinder was definitely.
Tinder is more so if you're just trying to get a quickie here and there.
Yes. And there was definitely
not that I was trying to do that. That's not why
I was on there either.
I really only met I met 2 people from Tinder, but we was just friends. I think
I met like 2 or 3 people from Tinder. But when I downloaded the Tinder app, I didn't know that it was a hookup app. So for the people
either. You know how I downloaded Tinder? It's her fault. It's partially her fault. So let me tell you guys what happened.
I'm the reason why you got on Tinder and POF.
So let me tell you. When I first we both moved here in August 2014. Okay, Stephanie was my roommate at FIU, right? So when I came, her and all my other roommates, all 3 of them, was like, oh yeah, I'm Tinder and I'm Tenderoni in tonight. And I'm like, what is a Tinder? What is Tinder? Because in Chicago, I never heard of Tinder. And before I was in Chicago, I was in Carbondale. So it was like, what did I need a Tinder for? So they're like, yeah, Tinder. It's it's a dating site. First they told me it's a dating site, and people on there just trying to get a booty call. I'm like, what type of dating site is this?
Because that's what they advertised it as, as a dating.
It's a dating site, but it's really if you're just trying to get.
It's a booty call.
It's a booty call app. Really.
So for people that don't know what Tinder is, you put your profile up there and you put a picture of yourself. So people can swipe left. Left means you don't want to talk to the person, and right means that you want to talk to the person, you like the person. Yeah. But you can only talk to them if they like your picture back. So you can't have a conversation with them if they don't like your picture back. So, people are swiping left and right, back and forth, whatever. So,
don't swipe accidentally to the left, because you can't get that one back unless you want to pay.
Before there was not an option for you to be able to pay to get those
to
people
get
back.
Yeah, but now they fixed it.
But now it's an option where if you swipe to the left on accident on somebody, because sometimes you're just going real fast, you just swiping left and right, because depending on the area, you're not getting a good variety of men that you like, depending on what you like, men or women. So, you're just swiping back and forth. Yeah. So, I think it's a certain amount that you can, go back and look at their profile or whatever. But, yeah, I had some terrible experience. Well, I won't say that they were terrible experiences. They were just not. I was looking to date. I was not looking to get booty calls.
I got a free meal from Denny's.
You got a free meal from Denny's from Denver?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I won't say any names.
Yeah,
we're not incriminating over here.
We won't disclose anyone's name, so don't worry about that.
But Tinder was
it was not.
They just had good conversation, but I'm very
No, there was a lot of weirdos on Tinder too.
I'm not bougie, but at that time I was very bougie. And I was like, you tried it.
Yeah, no. So then the Tinder app definitely had to go. I was like, okay, bye bye Tinder. I'm over you. Time to move on. So I had a Tinder before I moved to Miami. I had a Tinder when I was in Virginia.
Partially her fault.
It was my fault. I'm not even about to lie about it.
You, Tori, and Maya.
Yeah, because we all had Tinders.
We all had Tinder.
Really, we all had Tinders. But yeah, no, the app had to go. I deleted it. I forgot when I deleted it. Probably was that first year.
Yeah, then you guys was like POF.
And yeah, POF. Like, POF stands for pond of fish for one that doesn't know.
You try some fishes.
Yes. Go fishing in that pond. Get you a starting 5. No, just saying.
No, seriously. That's not a joke.
It's cuffing season. Okay.
I ain't trying to cut none unless he's trying to get a ring on it, okay? This one nail done. Let me know.
Baby step.
I am. I'm a lord.
But yeah, so I got her on POF. I had a POF too before I moved to Miami.
But POF used to be so terrible. Like, the choice of men was like trash. Straight terrible. Trash.
Or there were a lot of weirdos on there. Like, a lot of people, like, in the DMs, like, you know, trying to get sexual favors. Like, first of all, don't message me. The first message that you send to me, you're trying to get a sexual favor from me. Block. You're getting on the block list instantly.
Yes. So, like the do's and the don'ts. Like, okay, some guys be on POF, and it's like my profile. Okay, so I just downloaded POF now because I got bored and I need a boost. So I dropped somebody. Okay, I dropped them. Okay, somebody needs to talk to me. So next.
Yeah, we
just because you got dropped on me, I was in a relationship. I still been single for 5 years. I was not in a relationship. We was just getting to know each other, and that person got dropped.
Yeah, so we both had POFs at the same time. So in 2014, we both had POFs, and then
deleted them.
We deleted them because
I started it back, and we trickled on down.
Yeah, because we both started talking to somebody like. We weren't in a relationship, we were talking to a few people. So it was like, okay, what's the purpose of having POF? And I think it was starting to get on my nerves.
Yeah, the notifications will stalk you.
Because they send you an email notification. If you don't turn the notifications off, they send you an email notification, and you get a notification from the app. So you get a notification for everything. If the person like you, if a person put you in their favorites,
they want to meet you.
Oh my gosh, computer!
Not again, Jesus!
I thought it wasn't about to give us the option to remind us.
I think it's on like every 30 minutes.
It is.
Okay.
But yeah, so if a person wants to meet up with you, it gives you a notification if they favorite you, if they looked at your profile. Anything. So you gotta make sure you go in your notifications, like on the actual app, and turn those settings off, because if not, the app will really start to piss you off, and you'll be like, this is not fun anymore whatsoever.
Yeah.
So recently we both decided to. Well, this time it's her fault that I got back on POF because she downloaded it.
Well, she anyway. But first of all, what happened? I'm like, girl, guess what? I downloaded POF back. She was like, oh, for real? Yeah.
And at first I was like, why? What'd you download POF for?
And then the next day I came back, she was like, girl, I downloaded it too. So I was like, oh, is that right? Is that right?
After I was talking all that mess the other day before, like, why you downloading POF for? You know it ain't no good people on there. You know it's a whole bunch of weirdos.
But they have better variety now. I feel like now, POF have better quality men. I've been seeing a lot of men that actually got some degrees. So I'm like, I need to check the Carfax. That's some things. I would always say you gotta watch to see which one's crazy. Check the Carfax, which is their profile, because it says everything. It says that they got a degree, they got a car, their religious beliefs, all the good stuff. And then I just be like, so how much is true, how much is not true? Because
because a lot of people be lying on there. So I don't even, I really don't read people's, I skim over people's profiles, but I never really read it, because a lot of people just...
I read it.
Because when you're filling out when you first create your profile, they ask you a whole bunch of questions. Yeah. And so,
by the time you get to that part, you be over it.
You're over it. You're just putting down.
Did you do a chemistry test? All of that.
I don't remember doing a chemistry test. I don't think I ever did a chemistry test. I don't think I ever did it.
I did, but obviously that chemistry isn't. The chemistry is chemistry, but not the appearance chemistry. Because listen, my profile is very cutthroat. Either you meet the requirements or you don't. If you do, I'll respond. If you don't, I'm not gonna respond. Period. Point blank. So. If you're one of those people, now you know why I didn't respond.
So cutthroat. So cutthroat. And I actually know that POF works. So my cousin met his current wife on POF.
Yes, and I love them.
And they started dating.
Thank you.
So they started dating, and they got married. So I believe that POF actually
yeah,
works.
and my mom friend actually got married, and like she like works like I don't know, like
crazy hours.
No, but like I just know she lives in New York. I don't know exactly her job title, but I know she works like with BET sometimes, and she did all these hot events. And her husband is a good man, and he got money, and he like values her as like his queen or whatever. And they had it's the wedding who I was supposed to go to in Cancun.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
they met off of POF.
They met off of POF. So you just never know. POF love been doing wonders lately.
I feel like people should give. If you're, if your dating life is not going so great, and as far as
I think you should try it.
You should definitely.
People
give it a
be
try.
scared. I think people are just scared to try because they're like, oh, you never know who you meet online. And yeah, but this is the thing: to avoid getting catfish, first of all, you have to have some type of social media. Okay, you have Snapchat, you have Facebook Live, you have FaceTime, you have
there's WhatsApp where you can video.
You have WhatsApp, you have Marco Polo.
You have plenty of apps.
So many video apps where you can video chat them.
See the person first.
See them in person. Check their Instagram. Like I said, get that Carfax. And you gotta distinguish who's crazy and who's not crazy. Cause for me, like sometimes you can delete their messages and then they just keep coming back. They just consistent like a virus. Like they just won't go away.
Like she's had an instance where she's deleted people.
And they create a whole nother page and add me. And I'm like, how did you find me?
Like, you're crazy. You're really crazy.
Yes, this one guy, remember the Puerto Rican guy? He messaged me, right? And he started, like, going crazy on me. And I'm like, why is this guy tweaking on me like this? Like, number one, you haven't met me in person yet. You ain't got no goodies yet. So, like, I don't understand what the problem is. And I deleted him. This guy made a whole nother page and found me again. I'm like, okay, this guy's crazy. Thank God he didn't know where I live.
Correct.
But you just gotta you have to think smart
when you're doing
it. That's really all it is. Like, and you have to know how to check to see if somebody really cute or they ugly. Because let me tell y'all, they be trying all the little types of hints. Like, sometimes people only got pictures on this side. Like, that's your side.
Or they be like this on the camera.
On every pose. If every side is on this side, I'm gonna think something wrong on this side of your face. Like you got a bruise or something that I can't see. If all your pictures like this and your mouth closed, you know what I'm gonna think? Your teeth crooked, you got a huge gap. I'm gonna think something ain't right. If your pictures is blurry, no. If the first picture on your profile is something animated, that means that you ugly. That's the first picture. Because if you attractive, or if you're yourself, or you're yourself, then like, why would you not put a picture of yourself? It just didn't make sense. You have to really pay attention
to not get catfish. Like, I have personally been catfished before. I don't know if I've ever told you this. I've been catfished before.
Oh.
Not from somebody on POF. So I have done online dating for like a long time. So like
story time. Retell y'all.
So like an ex from like what? I was in high school. Yeah, I was in high school. And
POF?
No, it wasn't on POF. It wasn't on POF. But like we were in like a whole serious relationship. Send me pictures, like everything. I use my real pictures because I ain't got nothing to worry about. Like, I'm cute. Like, what? I don't need to use nobody else's pictures. But like, they sent me a whole bunch of pictures. Like, and I believe that that was that person that I was actually really dating or whatever. So we dated for like 3 years. We broke up, and Facebook wasn't prevalent at that point in time. Like I said, because I'm a little bit older.
Y'all didn't have like Tagged?
Tags is another online dating thing, but no,
Tags was not online dating.
What's Tag then?
It was like the Facebook. You had your own little profile.
I don't remember no Tag then. That's not what I'm thinking about. There's something else.
I don't know what she's talking about. Look, her name was not popping, and she had Tag.
No, I had a MySpace.
I had MySpace and Tag.
I don't remember.
Tag was just like MySpace. They just popping at the same time.
I don't
the
remember.
Same time.
But yeah, no, we had MySpace, and I think Facebook had just became popping. So we broke up. Whatever the breakup was really bad. They like had cheated on me with like one of my friends and like all this other stuff. So and we didn't live in the same state. We never saw each other face to face. So years go by, and they request to be my friend on social media. So on Facebook. So I had kind of before we became friends on Facebook. The friend that they cheated on me with, I had kind of told me that they didn't look like what they told me that they looked like. So I was like, dang, like I really got catfish. Like they really tried me. So then they requested to be my friend on Facebook. But we have never had the conversation to this day of the simple fact that they catfished me. Like we're friends on Facebook, and I'm over it. Like there's no need to have a conversation about it. It's 10 years ago. Like I don't feel no type of way about it. But I mean, I was young and dumb at that point in time and believed what the person said. But they down hard catfished me and did request to be my friend on Facebook. Like I wasn't gonna know that it was them. Like maybe they knew that I knew finally that they had catfished me and they didn't care. Yeah, but I got catfished.
Friend.
I mean, hey, it is what it is. Like, cause there wasn't any Instagram. There wasn't no there wasn't no video message. There wasn't. So now, like, since you got all those tools, there's no reason why people get catfished.
You guys should get catfish.
Like, I don't understand the show Catfish because.
How are you still getting catfish?
But a lot of those people that are on the show Catfish have like a lot of emotional problems, and that's why the reason why they're being are catfishing people or being
send your people to therapy.
I hope there's an end to therapy after that whole entire ordeal. But like there's no reason for you to get catfish. You need to, when you start talking to somebody and you're seriously like talking to them and you've already seen like their profile pictures, you need to request to be their friend on Instagram. You need to ask them, because they should have a social media.
Instagram and Snapchat, okay, I understand. Some people be like, oh, I don't use Facebook no more. Okay, but Instagram and Snapchat
is popping, boom.
And if you ain't posting at least one story on your Snapchat a week, baby, cut.
I feel like there's a lot because I don't post on my Snap.
At least once a week.
Not once. I don't post on my Snap at least once a week.
But you have pictures on your Instagram.
Yeah, I got pictures on my Instagram. But I feel like at some point, we need to be talking on video chat before I meet you in person. Yeah. Like, I don't want to get bamboozled when I meet you in person. You're not what I thought you looked like in
some
no
people
picture.
Be like, oh, trying to do like the whole POS and stuff, and then they think like, oh, they're supposed to come to your house.
You're not coming to my house. You're crazy. Like, I don't know who you are.
I don't know. What if you trying to kill me?
No, thank you.
And then you got my address.
You know where I stay. You know what car I drive. You know what I look like. Everything. No.
See, and I be saying, listen, if you do go out with somebody, always get a license plate to your friends. I am so quick on that.
Tell them where you're going. Now you can drop your location. It don't matter if you got an iPhone or not.
They got to find your friends. I think they got that on Snapchat too.
I think they got to find your friends, so you can drop your
location
on Snap, right?
But you know, especially that license plate number. I'm telling y'all, I'll be still telling my friends what's the license plate number. I'm
sorry. On the first time I meet somebody, we're not riding in the same car together. I'm gonna meet you.
No, we ain't gotta ride in the same car together. Either way it go. Oh, you gonna meet me when you get out that car? Okay, where you park that over there? Let me park.
Yeah, we're not parking
on this side, but I'm going to walk to over there so I can see what that license plate is, or I'm going to try to, when it's time to go, figure it out. I don't know. You're smart. Use your head.
You just need to be careful. Like, even the things that you're doing, even when you're doing online dating, are things that you should be doing when you're dating, period. Yeah. The only thing is that you just need to make sure that you're, like, checking their profile pictures, making sure that they are the person who they say that they are, actually are.
That's really the main thing, because I feel like if I met somebody, like, at a store or something like that, or, like, at Starbucks, I don't know, I'm going to still do the same thing. If I was going to tell her, yeah, I have a date with so-and-so, I'm going to give you, their name, where we're going, friends, yeah.
And I guess, like, people probably could say that we're being shallow, But I don't feel like we're being shallow. It's just
because you just need to be safe nowadays. These people are crazy.
You got to think about when you're online dating. You're number one. You're going to be attracted to what you see first. You're not going to know the person.
Yes, some people be like, "Oh my God, so you just gonna judge me even if I'm not the best thing looking?"
I'm not attracted to you physically. Like,
and sometimes it's not really necessary. Where it's like, it's not on like for me. It's not that I'm looking where you have to be the finest man walking around, but I have to have some type of sexual attraction to you because, especially when it comes to online dating, that's the first thing you see. Just like when you're in person, and you see somebody, you see their appearance. And then you might see, if they talk, if they got a gap or something,
If you care, if you care about teeth, or if they got a receding hairline, you're like, I don't want a receding hairline because my baby's gonna have a receding hairline, and I just can't do it. Like,
but that's the first thing you see, regardless of if it's online dating or not. That's the first thing that you see. On the outside is their appearance, and then from there you kind of decide, okay, do I want to talk to them? Do I not want to talk to them? Should they get my number or not? And then from there, you kind of, going down the branch, what this person has to offer, what I'm looking for, what they're looking for, and go from there,
So I have to say, like, at the end of the day, don't be afraid of online dating.
Yeah, don't be shallow. Don't not online date because you're scared.
Yes, because you're scared, or you think that
a lot of people, not a lot,
but
I've met people I feel of. A lot of the guys that I've even gave the time of day was probably from off online because I don't have time. Like, since I moved to Miami, I do not have time. Like, and I'm not the type of person to just go out and like. First, I'm not gonna go out alone. Unless I'm going to the movies, I will go to the movies by myself. But besides that, if I'm going out with my friends or we're going to dinner, and if somebody try to like rub up behind me and dance with me, I'm definitely gonna swerve you. 9 times out of 10.
We're not grinding in the club. And I think that people get the misconception because we live in Miami or like in the Miami area. They think that we go out all the time. Like why you don't go out all the time? Because Miami is popping. First of all, it's very overrated. It's a tourist location for sure. But like the only times that you really go out and like are partying is spring break if you're still in college. Art Basel is like one where you're going out and you're partying. Homecomings if you're still in college. I think the revolt
birthdays.
I think like
that's about the only time I go out.
There's a whole bunch of other stuff that happens down here, but like you're not going out 24/7. You're not going out every weekend.
I'll be so tired.
Because it's expensive. Like you gotta think about it. You gotta buy an outfit. Then when you go out, you gotta buy drinks or you gotta pay.
Don't let you go to South Beach because then you have to pay for parking.
Yeah, then you gotta pay for parking. Like then that's gas. Like so we're not going out every weekend to meet people. Like I probably can count on.
Yeah. I mean, you go out. People don't really go out to meet people. Yeah. It's like you might meet somebody at a bar and they might buy you a drink, but it's like, oh, hey, you cool, we cool.
And 9 times out of 10, they don't live here because they're here.
They're tourists. Yeah. So, because you definitely can go out and you be like, damn, he's fine.
Where you from?
Oh, I'm from
Philly. Well,
Philly?
That's a no.
Ain't out of here. That's too far. No,
that's
too
far. Because we're not. I don't have time. But
some people do. Some people do. Because my friend, she did come here on like vacation. She did meet her little boo out here. And now they're together in Chicago. Hey, CC girl.
Success stories.
Yeah.
So it can happen.
It can.
But yeah, like we're saying, don't be afraid of online dating. It's not anything to be afraid of and not ashamed of. There's no need to make up any story of how you met the person. My cousin and his wife didn't make up a story about how they met. They were honest, like, we met online and never.
Who cares? Who cares? If you love them and you care about them, that's all that matters. Because guess what? If I meet somebody on PLF or any other dating site, and if I like them, if my family say something, you know what? Screw you, because guess what? I'm gonna be like, I don't care. I
found happiness,
and you're not. So that's what
it doesn't matter where I found it at.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like I went to the strip club and found my man. Like
Yeah, but if you can go to a strip club with your man, that is winning over there.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next segment. Wait, no, I had a question for you.
You did? You lost your friends with the question was?
Wait, yes. So we're gonna cut that part. Okay. So what would be like some things like that you would require like from people that's like like online dating. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, I was just trying to say.
Like, what would be an online dating guest? Like, what's the reason that would make you want to go on a date with somebody from online dating?
Okay, so my requirements have changed now from what they were before. Like, now I'm just at a different point in my life, so I don't have time to be playing with nobody's kids.
So are you ready to settle down?
I am ready to settle down.
Are you sending to the people, guys? Because I ask her this all the time off camera, and I just don't really know if she's like,
I am serious. I'm a playful person. I play all the time. So
you're serious?
Yeah, I'm very serious.
How soon you ready to pop some babies out?
I don't know about all that. We'll have to wait and see, because babies come with a lot of different responsibilities, and I'm not ready to, like, I feel like you're supposed to enjoy your 20s. Like, I don't feel like I need to be popping out no babies at this point in time in my 20s. I
don't agree.
I'm enjoying my 20s.
Point.
Yeah. I mean when I was your age, I definitely,
and I'm so much younger than you, and I'm like so old.
But when I was your age, I had a plan. Like, I thought that, I would be married by 25 and have kids by 27. And I'm 27 and I'm not married and I ain't got no kids. And I don't feel no type of way. Like, I'm cool with it. Like, I have baby fever. I do get baby fever. I do think about being married, but it comes with a lot of things. But I'll go back to that. But okay, so what I require, you need to have a car. No, number one, you need to have a job, because the age range of people that I'm talking to, they're between like 27 and 35. That's what I picked for the age range of people that can message me. I'm
so proud of you for that, by the way. She doesn't usually like to date older people. That's me.
I don't like to go too far.
I will go as far as 10 years older than me.
Yeah, no, that's a little bit too much for me.
I don't care.
Yeah, I can't, for me personally, I don't want to go that far. Like, 35 is already pushing it for me, but it's whatever.
I'm proud.
So yeah, no, I put 27 to 35. And so so basically POF runs off of an algorithm, just like Facebook does. So like, the more that you are searching people, I think the more your profile pops up for people to see your profile, and then the more users you get to view your profile. Mm-hmm. So I feel like between the ages of 27 and 35, there's no reason for you not to have a job. Why don't you have a job? If you're in between jobs, I can understand that. But between the ages of 27 and 35, you need to have a job, because you need to be able to provide, and you need to have some type of stability in your life.
Provide and protect, men. Provide and protect.
Amen. Now, okay, come through. But so you need to have a job. You need to have a car. And I'm a little bit flexible on the whole, having your own place type situation. It depends on how old you are, and how long you live with your mama or whoever you are living with at that point in time. Like I said, if you're in the in-between phase and you're like, okay, I'm just staying with my mama because I'm trying to get back on my feet, I can understand that. Like, most people at this age, like, you're either settled down or you're trying to get back on your feet or whatever, because you just graduated college or you just graduated grad school or whatever the case is, and so you don't have a job to be able to pay for you to go to school. So those are like my top 3 things that I look for. For me to like really want to go on a date with you, like, the conversation has to be great. I am super goofy. I play.
Really? Yeah.
I play all the time. So you got to be able to make me laugh. Like, you got to be able to have a good time.
She's selling herself here, guys.
I'm not selling myself. I'm just
interested.
I'm not selling myself, y'all. I'm just
let
saying.
Me know. Slide in my DMs. I'll let her know. I got
Who's the one playing all the time now? You or me?
Well, they already know I'm goofy. I can't help that.
I can't. A lot of people don't think that I'm goofy at first, though, because I have a resting itch face.
No, you don't. I do. She's way much more nicer
than I am.
I'm
nicer when people talk to me, but when you first see me, I have a resting itch face, for sure. But yours is just a little bit worse than mine.
I've gotten better.
You have. But, you have to make me laugh. That's like a big thing for me. And I feel like we need to be able to talk about anything and everything, from like TV shows to politics to marriage. Like, we got
everything I'm talking about on this podcast.
Yeah, basically. You gotta be able to talk about a wide variety of things. You have to be a well-rounded person. Like, you can't
Universal.
I cannot with her. And I gotta feel like we have to build a friendship first before I'm trying to like be in any type of relationship with you. So I feel like that's basically what would get me to want to go on a date with you. Cause I'm not like, to be honest, I haven't been on no dates with anybody that I talked to off of POF.
I haven't been on like a really, really nice date in a long time. I'm not talking about like going out to dinner. Like, that's amazing. I'm a very, very simple person. FYI.
Do something that's gonna catch me. Like, let's do something adventurous. Like,
yeah. And
let's
FYI, if it's anybody that's listening to this and you're interested in me, you can teddy bears.
You better.
Teddy bears and smoothies is the key to my heart.
You better sell it. You better sell it.
But I just gave my friend the platform, because, she looking for a boo.
Yeah, but
her and my mom.
She's pushing for her mom, real serious right now, okay?
She's my friend.
I'm good over here.
She's lying. Anyway.
I'm not lying whatsoever, guys. But yeah, no, like as far as dates are concerned, I feel like going out to dinner and the movies is basic. Like, that's typical stuff. Do something that's going to catch my
interest. I'll be happy with that though, because I'm very big on movies.
I would be
very big on movies.
I'm not trying to sell.
But that'll be like, if you're gonna do like a whole weekend of things, then that'll be a Sunday thing after church. I feel like that's common
basic things. Like, first of all, don't take me to the movies on the first date because we can't talk. We can't get to know each other.
That's true.
A dinner is a really good place. Like, we can go to a dinner and a movie because we can get to know each other. Like, at the dinner.
And it doesn't have to be super expensive. I think nowadays, guys be like so cheap. Like, they don't understand that you need to court a woman. So listen, guys, a woman can tell if you're a male or a man. It's a difference between a male and a man.
You better tell them.
If you can't even spend a little $20, $30 on a little date, and you think you're supposed to get some, who you talking to? You got the wrong one over here. You're looking for one of these little girls.
Not a woman.
It's a difference. Males learn how to court a woman, okay? I understand that, there are a lot of fathers that are absent in the home, and you guys just had your mothers. I'm not saying that's everybody's situation, but I know it is very common where that is the situation. So if that is the situation, I'm telling you, because guys learn a lot from women, I'm telling you, males, if you want a woman and you're looking to settle down, you need to court your woman.
Definitely.
Show her that you're a man. Because for me, if you don't show me that you're a man, cut.
She is queen, cut them off real quick.
She's not lying.
She will cut you off
really tried.
Quick.
I will cut you off.
I'd be like, dang, you cut him off already? You ain't even really get to know him.
Well,
oh my God.
What? He was MIA for 2 weeks. What you mean? Where's the communication?
You need to be on my line
at least every other day. At least every other day. I know this is off topic. I know this is really off topic. But what I'm going to say is, what was I going to say?
Dang, you lost it.
When it comes to, I did lose it. But when it comes to
communication?
No, when it just comes to dating in general, especially for myself, I don't know about her, but when it comes to dating in general, for me, I'm not here to raise no boy. Amen. I'm not here to raise any males.
You can't
that
raise a man.
That was your mama job.
Listen to K. Michelle, you cannot raise a man.
You can't. Okay? And if you're raising him, then he's not a man. Just to be honest, in my personal opinion, for me, I am not raising a male to be a man. Okay? For me, what I'm looking for, not that I'm trying to put myself out there, but I am willing to, help assist a man become a better man. Okay?
Amen.
A woman is there to assist, to help, to make a man be better, to help them get the job done.
You're supposed to build each other up together.
Okay? I am there to assist, to help you become a better product of what you didn't even know that you could even be. Okay? But I'm not going to raise you and teach you how to be a man. It's a difference. If you're not my son, I am not raising you. I will help you become a better man. And trust me, if you were a man and you dwindle back down to boy status, I will drop you. Snip just like that.
Don't got no time to play no games, no cut cards.
No play.
I mean, now I feel like I'm at that point. Like, I don't got time to be playing with nobody's kids. I really don't want to play. Like, come correct or don't come at all. And I feel like communication is key. Like, if we're talking and you have asked for my number,
you need to show me.
I don't need to be texting you every single day.
I have to text you. Like, for at least the minimum, the first week, it should be good morning messages every day. Every day. What you doing? During the day? How was day? How was class? How was your test? All of that. All of that.
Show me that you're interested.
If you can at least show me that for a week, then maybe the second week I hit you with the good morning. Not the whole week, because you still need to show me that this is what you want. But I'm just saying, let me, okay.
It's a two-way. It's a two-way street.
You know?
It's some give and take.
Because for females it's different. Once you know that, okay, he's doing a little something. Once she riding.
Well,
for me at least.
Well, for men, it's a little bit different.
Y'all better get it together.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Get it together for sure.
Oh, well, this is the perfect time to go into the key to my soul, since start talking about relationships or whatever. So I have some questions, so y'all know with the key to my soul, people get to ask me questions on relationships and stuff like that. So this question says, when is enough when it comes to taking someone's excuses or selfishness? For me, I feel like enough is enough when. First of all, I feel like if you have to ask the question when to know when enough is enough, then obviously it's been enough. And I just say that because, like, if you questioning your relationship and what's really going on, it's two things. Either you already checked out, or you...
True.
It's like you already checked out, or you still trying to decide if you checking out is the correct thing to do.
And more than likely that means that you need to check out.
Yes. So, and I feel like if you're in a relationship or you're dealing with someone and it's like they're being selfish, I don't want people to like instantly just be like, oh, they're being selfish. But make sure you have to self-evaluate as well. Because sometimes, I mean, we're still human, so sometimes we will be like, okay, this person being selfish, and then we don't really be mindful of our own selfish ways as well. So you kind of, it's like she said, it's a two-way street. You got to be aware of that. It's one thing if they're making excuses and they're not trying to make a change versus them making excuses and you see that they're gradually trying to make a change. You gotta kind of evaluate, okay, the pros and cons of the relationship. When it comes to anything like that, I always tell people, weigh the pros and the cons of the relationship when it comes to that person. And you can literally like just write it down on a list, like, or in your notes. Like, I use my notes for like everything. So, and then from there you can kind of decide. And then if you feel like that it's excuses where they can work on it, then try to, give it a little time, 2 or 3 months, and go from there. But if they're just being selfish, then you need to reevaluate the relationship as a whole, because when a relationship is a give and take type of situation. Mm-hmm. You got to compromise at the end of the day.
A little bit of take.
Exactly. So if you feel like they're being selfish and they're not willing to compromise, I feel like at the end of the day, it's not going to work out if at some point they're not able to understand that it needs to be a mutual understanding. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's kind of how you would know when enough is enough. Like, here we go again. We have to update that. But that's kind of how you would know when enough is enough. Like, if I'm questioning about it, then obviously it's either like I'm already over this and I'm just trying to like make sure that I'm really over this, or like it's really just that. That's really, it's no other thing.
And I feel like everybody has their own breaking point. Like,
yeah,
like you have to personally decide when enough is enough. Like, I feel like there's no amount of time. Like, there's no like, okay, if he does this to you 5 times, girl, then enough is enough. Like, you need to leave him. Yeah. Like, everyone has their own threshold of what they're willing to put up with, and you need to decide that when that's gonna be.
And you have to kind of like be aware if your partner is actually making an effort. Like if they're making an effort toward, yeah, give them a benefit of the doubt, because just like you feel like that you got that person needs to got stuff to that person has stuff to work on.
You have stuff to
You
work on
also
as
have
well.
stuff to work on as well. They probably just don't tell you. They probably just don't know how to tell you, to be honest, because nobody's perfect. So you can't just assume that, oh, it's just enough is enough, because I guarantee if you get in an argument, oh, you are always doing X, Y, Z, I guarantee you they're gonna have rebuttal. Well, guess what? You always leaving dishes in the sink. I'm tired of coming home to that. Like, and it could be very little stuff where if you just talk about it, you can get it done, and then you don't have to worry about that.
Very, very true.
Oh, this is another question. This one kind of just, so the question is, why nobody's marriage is lasting? Why marriage isn't lasting? Why people's marriage just isn't lasting? Um,
I feel
yeah,
like, yeah, I feel like there's a lot of factors that plays into why people's marriages aren't lasting. The in this day,
I read 135. Okay. I hope you guys are still watching.
yes. Please keep watching. So there's a lot of reasons why people's marriages don't last. I feel like this day and age, this goes back to dating in general. People don't date, or they don't know how to properly date. And people end up in situations, not relationships, but situations.
Shit.
Yeah, situationships, and that weren't meant to be.
Yeah.
You just start messing around with somebody, and then y'all just end up in a relationship, and then you're married, and then you realize like, hey, I don't really want to be married to this person anymore. So now you're getting a divorce, and that's why the divorce rates are so high, because people aren't taking the time to date and get to know each other. Like, I come from a very rare situation. My parents have been married for 30 years, and they are high school sweethearts, and that is like very rare. Like whenever I tell people that, they be like, that doesn't happen. And especially in the African American community, that doesn't happen. So, but that's because my parents took the time to actually get to know each other. They did marry each other when they were young. I believe they were 25. And they had me when they were 27. So, they did take the time to kind of get to know each other, but at the same time, they were in the ages of like, they were still trying to get to know who they were. So it was kind of hard for them to trying to know who they were together as a whole. So that's why marriages don't last, because people are getting married at a young age, and you don't know who you are, and you're trying to figure out who you are while you're trying to figure out who you are together as a whole. And then y'all finally realize like, hey, I don't like this person. Like, I don't like who they've become. You're not the same person that I met when I was 21, and now we're 25, and I don't like you. So now,
you go through all these transitions.
Yeah, you go through all these transitions. That's why I'm like, that's why I'm kind of glad that I'm not in a serious relationship, because from the ages of 21 to 25, I really realized who I was as a person. Like, I grew as a person, and I realized like there were certain things that I needed to work on for me to be able to be in a serious relationship. So I'm kind of glad I am where I am right now, because if I would have gotten married when I was 25 or 23, like, who's to say that my marriage would still have lasted at that at that point in time? Yeah, I was a totally different person than what I am right now. Like, I was living life. I was doing me. I wasn't really worried about trying to be in a relationship.
Out here trying to get lit, and I was like, I'm not used to this guy.
Oh my gosh, she want to try to act like he was making her do a whole bunch of stuff.
No, you guys didn't make me, but like, the difference between us, like, I had to grow up so early. So like, I'm the oldest of like 8 children, and it's like 4 on my mom's side, 4 on my dad's side. So like, I'm the oldest, and so like, and I'm the oldest of my generation. So like, all my cousins and everybody always lived with us. So I was always the one taking them to school and stuff like that. So I had to grow up early. So yeah, I had my little times here and there when I was able to go out, but like, generally speaking, like, I had to grow up early. So once I finally came to FIU, my first year at FIU was really my freshman year that I should have had at FIUC.
Same.
That's really what it was, because at FIUC, like, it was just a whole nother story there.
We were lit.
But that was my freshman year at FIU. Oh my God. I was mad lit. But anyway, back on topic. For me, which was the question? Oh, so nobody's marriage is lasting. Okay, so if you guys don't know, at my school I had ran a workshop called Date or Long, and I talked about some of the things that's key aspects that should be discussed prior to marriage, as far as like financial stability. Doesn't matter who makes more money. Do you want kids? Do you not want kids? When should religious views be talked about? And stuff like that. I feel like if you talk about those areas before you decide to get married, it's more likely for you to have more of a solid foundation and for your marriage to last. Because at that point, if you don't talk about it before marriage, during marriage is going to come about.
And it's going
to cause problems because it might be your husband want another child and you might not want another child, and you never know. And even like one of my professors was telling me that her sister got married, and like her sister is a Christian but her husband is
a Jehovah's Witness.
A Jehovah's Witness, exactly. But they agreed to, have their marriage in a church. But once they have children, then it's kind of going to be like, okay, which religious view will we raise them in? Because their family doesn't really know that, and I hope they aren't watching this video. But it's just certain topics like that where it's like it doesn't happen until you wait to discuss that after marriage, and then it's like once you're married, you already made that vow between whichever God you believe in, and then it's kind of like, so now what? Because if that's something that you guys won't budge on, then it's like, okay, so do they mean now that we're automatically divorced? And that's why it's like you're supposed to discuss these type of topics beforehand. Like me, like I told you on the last episode, I have an ideal man checklist. I ask all of these types of things. I need to know everything before we even get in a relationship. Like the next time you're in a relationship, I'm going to make sure that we're on the same page. And I ask these questions because I know these are going to be essential for me to know that whoever I'm in a relationship with, that we'll be a good match for marriage. And that's really like why I feel like nobody's marriages are like lasting because people don't take the time out to do that anymore, and they just want to jump into it. Like, I understand, okay, yeah, I love him and X, Y, and Z, but
so now let's get married.
Yeah, but like honestly, at the end of the day, I'm not saying love don't last always, but it's other factors that comes into marriage besides love, sex included. Like, it's sex, money. I feel like one of the biggest reasons for divorce is always sex and money. It's not a doubt about the fact that you love the person or not. And that's why I say you're supposed to discuss financial stability, because some men don't feel comfortable with their woman making more money than them. Some men don't mind it. And then also when it comes to paying bills, some men they don't care if their woman making 6 figures. The men feel like, okay, at least it's my job to make sure the rent is taken care of, and then, okay, wife, you could just buy all the other necessities of the house. But that's your mate's personal perspective. And then some men is like, okay, well, if she making money, we can go 50-50 on everything. But it really just depends on like what the person you're dating and then what your standards are. Because some women feel like at the end of the day, you're supposed to provide. So it don't matter how much I'm making, you should be able to take care of everything, period, point blank. So it really depends. But I ask people that because I know that I'm going to have multiple businesses in the future. So I'm not saying that I know I'm going to make more money than my husband. But if that was the case, I want to know how would you feel about that, because I need to know what you want to do, 50-50, 70-30. Is it that you want to pay the rent and I'll take care of everything else? Like, and I feel like when it comes to that, depending on the situation, that's where it gets a little bit more lenient, just because of the amount of money that I know the Lord gonna have in my pocket in the future.
Amen.
Okay, thank you, Jesus. Okay. But yeah, I feel like if you talk about these type of topics beforehand, then it's more likely that your marriage will last.
And I believe that I'm a strong believer in going to marriage counseling.
Yes.
I believe that you are supposed to, because the issues that Shanti was saying, the conversations that you should be had are conversations that you're going to have in marriage counseling. Your pastor is going to help walk you through all of those situations, so then you can be like, okay, you can weigh out the good and the bad to be like, okay, am I really supposed to marry this person? Am I really supposed to be with this person? Is it the person that the Lord wants me to be with?
Yeah.
So I will be going to marriage counseling whenever me and, you know, my future fiance or whatever decide that we're going to get married, because I believe that plays a major part in relationships lasting.
Yeah. Maybe you can come to me. I don't know if I'll have to because I already have all the questions. Tiny tags, but you know,
but
I'm
like
still down for it.
But I feel like it's not even just those questions, because it's
just
a stronger,
especially
since your religion, like you're still gonna want to go to marriage counseling at the end of the day, because those aren't just the only questions they're gonna ask. It's gonna be about like your faith and stuff like that. So I feel like it's very, very prevalent in any relationship when you're considering getting married and helping the longevity of your marriage. Yeah. So that's that. That's why I feel like marriages don't last. Start going to marriage counseling, guys.
And maybe that'll help us in the future.
Get these rates back to a lower level, so it's not, the divorce rate isn't so high. So.
Okay, well, you know, it was very nice to have, you know, Destiny here.
Thanks for having me.
We had Destiny here as my first guest. Guys, this is a very, very long episode. I apologize in advance because I'm not done. But, you know. Thanks, Destiny, for coming.
You're welcome.
You know,
I'll be back, y'all.
So, I excused Destiny for the last segment for the Pick My Brain because people asked me questions which were personal. So, yeah, let's just jump into that. So, the first question is, when do you start looking and start making transitions from undergrad to grad school, or like going into the workforce? So, since I am a senior, yay, finally, I would definitely say when you the start junior year. If you're in college, and you're working on your degree, you definitely need to start junior year. The beginning of junior year is when you should start thinking about, okay, which concentration do I want to do? What do I really want to do with whatever degree that I'm having in your brand? So you can kind of start finding out what steps I want to do, regardless of if that's psychology or criminal justice or if it's business management, and you want to have your own company. You really want to just start really doing more research and comparing other people, companies that's doing what you want to do in the future, so that you can kind of see, you know, how to start putting your own plan together for yourself. That's what you need to start doing in the beginning of junior year. So once the end of junior year come, then you start looking at the schools that's in your area, or if you feel like that you want to leave again. I moved to Miami for undergrad, so I don't want to move again for grad school. So I wanted to stay in the area. So I started looking at schools at the end of junior year to start kind of see which schools will be more for what I want to do in the future. And sometimes as time goes on and you do internships and you start hearing other people's opinions in the field, sometimes it might shift a little bit, but generally speaking, it should still be in the same area, the same time frame. That is also the time that you really, really need to network, because you guys are probably going to obviously be telling you to network, but that's the time where you need to network, because at this time you have less than a year, and then you're going to be out there on your own, baby. Nobody's going to be holding your hand. No professors, no teachers, none of that. And masters, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. So this is a time where you have to start putting your big girl panties on, your big guy draws, and get to it and start making the money moves by yourself. Because at the end of the day, once you graduate, you can't blame anyone else for your success but yourself. Um, so, once you get into your senior year, by that time you should already know what school you want to go to. You should know the requirements. You should know you need to take the GRE. You should know if you need recommendations. You should already know what professors or what previous employers you've had, or any supervisors from internships that you want to write recommendations for your stuff ahead of time. This is a time where you start working on your personal statement and have that already in hand. Now, if you want to, that's what needs to be done when you want to go to grad school. If you want to go into the workforce, you also need to start looking into that during the fall, at the beginning of senior year. Once spring comes for senior year, you should start looking for jobs there. People will hire you if you're in your second semester of your senior year, because they know it's going to be like, what, 3.5 to 4 months before you have your bachelor's degree. When you walk across that stage, you want to already have a job in your field of what you want to do. Okay. And that's if you're going to grad school and if you just want to go into the workforce. When you do go into the workforce, the biggest advice I can give you is to be willing to take critiques and don't take that personal, and be willing to learn, because if you allow other people to critique you, that's really how you're going to be able to learn. And you can't take that personal, because you just kind of you got to be able to understand when people are like doing it in a spiteful position, and when people are doing it because they want to see you be better. So don't take it personal. And even when people give you critiques, take their critique and make it your own. So do what they said as far as critiquing to make yourself better. But don't taint or change what your vision is. If you guys understand what I'm saying, keep your vision, but take their advice to enhance your vision. Um, and also, you do the same thing with grad school, because you're going to be doing a lot of research, and a lot of people at my school be texting your project. It's the same exact thing. It's better to be proactive than wait to the last minute when it comes to looking for jobs and looking for GRE. Junior year is definitely the crunch time, but senior year is where you put more stuff into action. During senior year, by the time you walk across the stage, have a job. Even if you plan on doing your GRE, most schools, going to grad school, most schools, now they have programs where you can go to class in the evening. So you can still work during the daytime. You still want to try to find a daytime job that's within your field. And if it's not something in your field, try to do something that's close to your field, but won't cause you a lot of stress, because you still got to think at the end of the day, you're still going to have to do homework, and you don't want to be stressed out and have their workload, too much of a workload while you're working on your graduate degree, because at that point you're what, I'm 23, so, and some people graduate like what, a year or two prior to, so let's just say anywhere from 25 to 27. At that point, you're working, you're probably in a relationship, starting to have a family, etc. You're going to have a lot of different stuff on your plate. So you just want to kind of be aware, but don't rush into it. And just uh, make sure you save too. I would just say make sure you save too as well, because at some point you're going to have to do an internship, and internships for grad school is no different than undergrad. Sometimes you might find something that's paid, but like me, I found all of my internships was not paid, which means again you're going to be working for free. You're working for the experience. So it's better to save ahead of time, so that when you do have to do your internship, your bills are already paid and you don't have to stress about that. Okay. The next question is, what do you like about college? What I liked about college the most is like being involved. Because I try to stay in the books a lot. So like my fun is like everybody knows that I dance, but now I'm on like a adrenaline step scene. Hey y'all, my people that's on the step scene with me. But I like being involved. That's really like what helps me come together, and I like meeting new people. Just being involved on campus. That just It's just fun. Like you get to have a lot of opportunities. Like you guys heard me tell you earlier about the NEEKC Foundation when I went to the juvenile conference. That was in Orlando, and like I didn't have to pay for anything, and I went there with my school, and it was just a fun experience. So I met people from FAMU. I met other students from Edward Waters. Um, and also met students from Bethlehem Cookman. So that's like all the HBCUs in Florida besides my school, which is Florida Memorial. But yeah, that's what I like the most about college. Like that's probably my best experience, because like I met Destiny in college. That was at FIU. My other best friends I met in college. Um, that's the best thing about college, because like nobody likes homework, but and I like my professors. You really have to. I would really say you really have to pay attention to your teachers, because you do have teachers that really genuinely care about you, and those are the teachers to keep around, because later on you never know. And when I tell y'all, these teachers be knowing people. That's why I tell y'all, go to y'all office hours. These teachers be knowing people. Like I have teachers that I'm not gonna say their name because I ain't gonna put their business out there, but these teachers be the same people that be having to do the approval for scholarships. They are out here writing books. Okay, they are starting their own businesses. Please don't sleep on teachers, especially people that's at Florida Memorial. Don't be sleep on y'all teachers. I know sometimes they be a pain. I get it. However, y'all need to network with y'all teachers because these teachers be thinking of all these other businesses. And especially if you're going to a school that's HBCU, they are already underpaid. So you better believe that they there because they want to be there, not because they're getting paid good money. Okay? Um, the next question: what makes you the woman you are today? Oh, these are hard questions. What makes me the woman I am today? I think what makes me the woman I am today is that I've grown a lot to understand myself more, and I feel like that really played a lot in my personality. So like now, like I always knew since I was younger that like okay, I know other people look up to me, etc. But I didn't realize it was to the magnitude that it was. So then it's like as I continue to like break barriers, then I start realizing that more people do look up to me. So that's kind of why I try my best to like keep a good image and like be a role model for other people because you just never know who's watching you and you don't know who may help you out and do whatever in the future. So I just try to be positive, and that's kind of like what made me the woman that I am today because I've been that person where like I'm very like I try my best not to hurt on these chairs. But I try my best not to be biased and I try my best to try to look at everything both ways. And like I'm a person that try to like I point out my own faults so that I don't seem like if that's an issue like it's just one sided. So and I'm welcome, like I said, I'm welcome to criticism. So sometimes I don't like what everybody gotta say, like I'm human. Sometimes my friends will tell me like, girl, you was wrong for this or you wrong for that. And it's like once they give me the explanation, I'm like, okay, yeah, you was right. I was probably wrong for that. But I responded like that because X, Y, and Z, but I know that was wrong at the end of the day. Once you're able to kind of like you got to learn to admit your faults and your wrongs. And once you're able to do that, that'll help you to be able to grow and change as a person. And I feel like that's what made a difference in me from how I used to be and how I am now. Because a lot of the stuff that go on nowadays, like I'm like, I just be like, child, if I was the person I used to be, do you not know? Do you not know what would have happened? But I've grown up and I've grown into a woman, so now I know like certain stuff, like not everything needs a reaction. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you gotta learn how to train yourself to behave a certain way. Because there's a lot of times where in my mind I am talking so much crap. I'm talking so much crap in my mind. I am reading people. I'm probably talking about their outfit, but I don't say something out loud all the time. Everything that's on my mind, say out loud because that's a sign of ignorance. And even in your mind, like you like, okay, what this girl got on? Like, what is she thinking? But she's probably just tired. Because sometimes I will get on myself. Like, child, I'm tired today. I look a foolery, but I don't care. I'm still gonna go out here because I don't got time for that. So it's like that's really what made me become the woman today, the woman that I am today. Like just learning how to be more comfortable in my skin and like really being open to criticism and allow myself to grow to change. Like once I'm able to listen to other people, because if somebody tell you something and somebody else tell you the same thing and somebody else tell you the same thing, it's a pattern. So it gotta be some truth somewhere up in there. So at that point, if multiple people are telling you the same thing, then you need to, evaluate yourself. And I try my best to do a lot of self evaluations because sometimes stuff do come out the wrong way and you just gotta do a self check and go from there. So that's what really made me grow as a person and become the woman I am today. I'm still working on it. It's a work in progress, but um and the last question, guys: what challenges have shaped the current you? So the challenges that have shaped the current me, my challenges would definitely be my challenges would be like really only being able to like kind of depend on my mama. So and like moving here to Miami, like that was probably one of my biggest challenges because like, okay, so uh if you guys don't know, I'm gonna tell you. So like my father, I'm not really cool with my father. So like I just always depend on my mama. Now, granted, in my family, it's a house. It's mostly women in my family. So I have my mom, my aunts, my nanny. Obviously, those are the women of the family. But at the end of the day, I know it's just gonna be like my siblings and my mama that it's us, cause we are each other's immediate family. So originally, when I started college, I went to South Illinois University in Carbondale for 2 years, and then I transferred, went to FIU for a semester, went to Dade for a year, got my associates in psychology, and then I went to Florida Memorial, and now I'm almost done. But when I first moved to Miami, my mom, we took the bus down here. We took the Greyhound all the way from Chicago to down here. It took us like 2 days, because we couldn't have anybody drive us. I had a car in Chicago, but it was my first car, so it was a little putt putt. I didn't think it was gonna make it down here, so we ain't gonna take that chance or whatever. So we got on the Greyhound, took 2 days, and went to FIU, and I was living a life. I had fun. I just felt like I was finally having that freshman year experience, because I didn't get that freshman year experience at SIUC, because during that time I was going through depression. A lot of people don't know that. So with my first 2 years at SIUC, since I was going through depression, I didn't really get the chance to go out and have fun and like really experience college life, because I was just like, I'm gonna just get my grades and I would go back to my room and just be in a dungeon. And even though my roommate Alicia, she would like come and try to help me get out the house, but like still like I wasn't trying to do anything because I was going through depression and I was going to therapy. So once I finally came to FIU, it was just like finally like this is freshman year. So I ended up actually getting to FIU because I was in my apartment in Carbondale, and I was like, look, I'm not really feeling SIUC, and I need to move. So I picked a few cities and I came down like FIU is the spot, so that's what it is. And so everybody wasn't really on board with it at first. Um, but yeah, it kind of is what it is. And so, like, from my first semester at FIU, like, I heard so many negative things. So, like, people was like, oh, well, maybe you should have waited, because I couldn't really afford to go to school at FIU because I had to pay out of state. And that was $36,000. So, when I looked at FIU, I thought it was $17,000, but that was for in-state residents, not out-of-state. So, it was actually double the amount for out-of-state. So, I was paying $36,000. And so, like, I was hearing stuff from people like, oh, well, when are you going to be done with school? I want you to get out your mom's pockets. And, maybe you should have waited a year before you went away to school so that you could have saved the money. And I kind of felt like at the end of the day, like, no matter what, how was I really going to be able to save up the money? Like, in my family, I didn't really have anybody that had good credit that could really help me out to the extent that I needed the help. So it was kind of like all or nothing. So once the spring semester came for spring 2014, I went home for Christmas just like everybody else, and I wasn't able to return to FIU that semester. And so basically, like, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to be out of school, so I'm boohoo crying. I know I'm not supposed to be in Chicago. I got to get back to Miami. The Lord is telling me that that's where I'm supposed to be. And my mama was not having it. Okay, my mama was like, listen, you ain't going back, like, because we can't afford to go there. And I'm like, Mom, I don't care what I'm saying. I'm leaving on this date. I literally gave her a date. I said, I'm leaving on this date and I'm going. And she like, well, how you gonna do? What you gonna do, X, Y, Z? I'm like, look, I got a little money saved up. Hold on, y'all, because this update came up again. But I'm like, I got a little bit of money saved up. I'm just going to, use that money to put a deposit down for me to get an apartment. And then, it is what it is. I'm going to just drive back down there because remember I left my car in Chicago. So that morning came and it was 6 o'clock. I had packed up my car and my mom still didn't even believe that I was leaving until I literally drove off. And so I drove from Chicago all the way down here to Miami with nothing but like $600 or $700 in my pocket. And gas, besides that, gas to get to Miami, and I had faith. That's all I had. I didn't have a place to stay. And that's it. Like, I didn't know what to do. At the time I was working in Ross, so I was able to get a transfer, but it took a little while for that to process. So dang, I don't really, a lot of people don't know this story. But um so yeah, once I got back down there, I went to FIU. My friends, I had friends that was there, so I was like, sleeping, you know, basically place to place in my friend's room at FIU. I had to do what I needed to do to make it, and eventually, like within a month, like I had my own place. I moved to Miami Lakes, got my little apartment. I had my car, and then I started working. I was like, look, I can't stay out of school, so that's kind of how I ended up going to Miami Dade, because I'm like, I only needed to take 6 classes in order for me to get my associates in psychology. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just get back in school. And then after I graduated from Miami Dade, actually in the middle of Miami Dade, I was going to study, and my car blew up on me. So yeah, then I was out of a car, and then I had to get another car. Mind you, I at the time I was what, like, I've had this car since like a year. So this was like, I was maybe what, 21? I had to be like 21. Yeah. I think I had just turned 21 right before my 21st birthday. Um my car blew up on me on the expressway, and I mean like blew up. And thank God that I was safe and nothing happened to me. But I didn't even cry at the moment. I was just like, I was already working on getting me another car, but I'm like, well, I guess the Lord said it's time to get one sooner rather than later. And yeah, so then like at the time I had to use my friend's car to get back and forth to school. And yeah, it was a lot. But eventually, once I got my car, I had to get that in my name. Nobody else could co-sign. I had to do everything by myself. Like, and a lot of people don't know this story, but I don't mind saying it and letting you guys know, because it's my testimony. But these are a lot of struggles that I went through in order to become the person that I am today. And I kind of say all that to say this: like, no matter what nobody else tell you, if you feel like that it's a certain path that you want to go on, then you go down that path, regardless of the fact. Don't let nobody say that you can't do it. And the main thing I'm gonna tell you is that your parents, yes, your parents love you. Yes, your parents are gonna be there for you. But always remember that your parents are going to always tell you what they think is best for you. And you take that into consideration, because at the end of the day, you're their child and they're still your parent. You can't change that. But keep in mind, I need some water. But keep in mind that just because your parents, uh, they tell you what they think is best for you, but you know what's best for you. You know what's best for you. Follow your heart. Follow your dreams. Don't let nobody tell you that you can't do it. Because I can guarantee you, if I listen to what my mom wanted me to do and what my aunties and what everybody else wanted me to do, I will not. There is no way I would be where I'm at today. And now they're just like, oh, so proud of me. Oh, you doing this, you doing this, you doing that. And yes, it's still a struggle. Yes, I'm still trying, make sure my car note is paid and all that stuff. It's still a struggle. I'm still in college. I'm going to be broke. I'm not there yet. But when I make it and I write my book on this, y'all would have hit the first, bloop on what's going to be in the book. So y'all just be on the lookout for that. But those are some of the main challenges that made me the person that I am today. And those have also made me, it gave me the opportunity to kind of be well-rounded. I'm a person that's very big on being well-rounded. And I've seen I've been on the good side where I've had money and I was able to have everything I wanted. Like, I was the only person in 3rd grade with her own credit card connected to her mama's account. And I've also been in a situation where we had lights in the house and it was cold and we just had to do what we needed to do to make it. So I'm a very well-rounded person. So that's kind of why I don't try to judge nobody, because I'm not no better than the next person. But these are things that have made me better and shaped me to be the person that I am. And so that's why a lot of people do look up to me, in my opinion. That's why I can assume that a lot of people look up to me, because I don't instantly judge people. I judge them on their character, not I don't judge them on how they look or anything like that, on their character. If you treat me good, I'm gonna treat you good. If you are disrespectful to me, I'm gonna tell you why I feel like that's not appropriate. And then, at that point, either I'm gonna still look at you as a network opportunity or I'm not. It's either or. So, yeah, that would basically be the challenge that shaped me to be where I am today. And that's why so today I'm very well I consider myself to be very well rounded and I want to continue to be well rounded. And yeah, that's what shaped me to be Shanti. So guys, if you guys made it this far, I really, 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 from the bottom of my heart, want to thank y'all because I did not expect this episode to be 2 hours long. But just watching the segments, if you made it this far, you're the real MVP, and I love y'all. That concludes the episode. My second episode, guys. Don't forget, like, share, comment, like and share, like and share, like and share this video. Okay? And that's a wrap for the Golden Goddess Universal blog. Okay, let's start the reference.
Okay, wait. Wait. Let me go back. Or do you want this? Or you want me to go back when the song first started? Bitch, why?
My teeth are like popping.
Okay. Our lips are popping. So.
Tiffany.
Huh?
No, that's this one.
Okay.
She don't like my songs, y'all.
That's not the song.
Oh. Well, pick a song.
I lied to you, was the song.
Okay. Is this the song for real?
Yeah, right. No, this is not the song.
Oh, I hope they can hear us on here.
They can.
Hello? Is this gonna be the song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, fuck that shit.
It's 12:41 in the morning. I don't know why we're recording this podcast at this time. No, correction.
That shit.
It's not a podcast, it's a vlog.
Vlog.
Okay, this is a long intro.
It really is. We gotta wait until we get there. And then we can really start recording.